a short video presentation for showing how to display node numbers in a finite element model that was created in 3D Experience uh, release 2022x. Now, this is node numbers and element numbers that I'm interested in, and believe me, it should be something fairly straightforward, but there's a few steps that one has to go through in order to have this information on the screen. Okay, and the reason I emphasize the release of the 3D Experience 2022 is because the software is rapidly changing, and something that may be okay this year may not be down the road. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead. So that I don't muddy up the picture. I will take a very simple model because I want to be able to see my nodes and elements on the screen. So I take a shell element on a geometry that looks like so. Okay. All right. And I'm going to be using three noded shell elements, so there's not that many nodes on the screen, so that uh, we worry about it. Now, in this presentation, I have some additional slides. I will leave these here for your reference, but I will basically the path that I take in order to get to this final Windows dialog box to achieve what I want. Okay, good. So let me stop this. Okay, and we're already there. Let's go ahead and create a surface 100 by 100 in generative shape design. You can do this thing for solids. You can do this thing for beams. The process is the same. So on this plane, I will sketch a rectangle, a square 100 by 100 millimeter, like that. Let's dimension this thing. This is 100. Try it again. 100. Okay. And this one is also 100. Excellent. Exit. And I'm going to fill this thing because I want to create a surface. The fastest way is just to yeah, just to fill it. Now surface. Where is the fill? Okay, let me see. There. There's the fill. Okay. So there we are. Now, uh, this is it. I'm not even going to put a material on this because really the whole point of this video is to show you how to get node numbers for elements. I'm not going to even show material. Okay, so I'm not going to assign material. So I go there, I go to structure model, and because I want to create the mesh myself, I say empty finite element. Okay, good. Under the meshing, I have a what is that? Triangle mesher. I can use either one of them. I'll use the top one. And for the size, I put as 1,000 so that they get only two elements in here. Okay. If you say, I don't know, 10 millimeter, you get a lot of elements, and the picture is going to be convoluted. Okay. So mesh. There we are. Oh, support right there. Mesh. And good. That's what we got. Now, uh, okay. So when you go here under the display tab, when you click on the display tab, notice that there is a numbering visualization. Okay, numbering visualization. But when you click on this, it tells you that numbering has not been created. Now, in the PowerPoints that I showed you, we basically have described these things. So you go to the display tab, numbering visualization, numbering has not been created. So that's the purpose of these additional slides that I created and put it on the screen for a few seconds. Let's go here. So we say, okay, so the question is, how do we generate that thing? So we go to the setup, under setup, I'm sorry, under mesh, right there, under the mesh tab, you go all the way to the right, you click on it, and it says global node numbering. Okay, so actually, let me cancel that. Let me see if I can go. I can show you the. Oh, there. That's what I did. I basically clicked on. Let me cancel that. You click on the numbering right there. This thing pops up. Okay, so that's what this slide is saying. Go to the mesh tab. Go to numbering. Click on that. This guy is going to pop up. Okay, and then say initialize. Notice that right now elements have been created to elements for nodes, etc. However, it's following its own routine for numbering these things, but that's okay. Just say initialize, okay, and then say okay. Good. Okay, so where are we now? We are here, so back to the display. Go back to the display, and once again, you create numbering visualization. You get another error message which says numbering out of date, please update. There's the update icon right there. So say OK. Now click on update. It updates it. And now when you click on numbering visualization, this guy shows up. And in my transparency, that's the last step. So I want to show what you can do with this now. Okay. All right. So first of all, notice that there is a node tab here and there's the element tab. If you select a node tab only, okay, and you go and select one node, it types the node number for you on the screen. Believe me, I could not find the setup to make this thing bigger, but right there. And this color is set by myself, so you can change the color. For example, if you click on the color label and you go, let's hypothetically say to, I don't know, maybe let's choose green. Okay, so notice that that turned into green. I don't like it because I can't see it very well. So let me put it back to where it was. I think it was red, something like that. There we are. If you select another node right there, it says node number 1, etc. Now, if you want to find some specific nodes, for example, nodes, let's say 2 through 3. So first of all, let me clear this thing. You type in here 2 dash 3. 2-3, the range of the numbers that you want, or a specific node that you want, and then hit return. Oops, there we are. You can see that there is node 2. It found node 2, and it found node 3. Okay, right there. Now, if you want to see, I can change the transparency on this so that we can see it better. Let me go here, right-click properties, and on the graphics, let's change the transparency, set it so that it kind of takes away that surface thingy there. Okay. Okay, so let's try it again. Where's the numbering? Right there. Node, so select this. Okay. Oh, that's still no good. So let me go back here, change the transparency all the way to the end. All the way to the end. Say okay. All right. Now, numbering visualization. There we are. Let's see that. Yeah, 3. Now, if you want to select elements, you do exactly the same thing. First of all, elements and display the node numbers. If I go and select this, notice that the element number is black, node number is red. You can change these as you wish. So if I click on that, it says that, for example, element number, sorry, node numbers are black, okay. Element number 2, I picked this, element number 2, right there, you can see it on the screen. goes between nodes 1, 2, and 4. Okay. Now, you can also do a few other things. For example, you can select a particular area here using the trapping window. So you click on that, go and display, for example, all elements in this window. Let me try it again. Elements, for example, let me make a trap here. Says, do you really want to select these elements? Yes. And notice that it gave me the elements 1, 2 with the corresponding node numbers displayed. Hey, this is not something complicated. However, it took me a while to find out the sequence of events that you have to follow in order to get these numbers displayed on the screen. The last thing that I want to show you is in the event that you want to have a different node numbering, a different range. Notice that here it says elements 1 and 2, node 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's hypothetically, you wanted to go element 1000 and 1000, I don't know, 1 in this case, and the nodes being between, say, 500 and 504. So what you do is you go back to the uh, it was in the mesh, right? Under the numbering mesh tab, numbering icon. Now here, you can put your desired range. So for example, let's go between 50, node 50, and I'll make it 60. There's only four numbers, but four nodes. And elements 1000 to 1010. Of course, remember that there's only two elements here, but and then you say apply. Okay, so this is the information that's going to be using. We say okay. Now, if you don't update here, it's going to come back with that same old error message saying that it has to be updated, etc. Let me convince you. So you go to display. If you go to display and you click on the node visualization, numbering visualization, it says it has to be updated. We say, okay, fine, let me update it here, right there. Now we go to numbering visualization. Now, if I select, for example, this element, notice that it says element, let me see, it says element, well, 1000. This one is element 1001, okay? Node numbers are here, 50, 51, 52, 53, etc. Yeah, so that's what happens. You can set up your own range of element number and node numbers. Excellent. I hope you found this video segment useful.